Now, several lawmakers are under fire for selling major holdings at the beginning of this stock market sell-off, well ahead of the drastic escalations in this pandemic, while still reassuring citizens that the U.S. was prepared. Kayla Tausche joins me now with Senator Kelly Loeffler. Kayla, kick things off for us.
Thank you so much, Kelly, and thank you to Senator Loeffler for joining us today. I'll jump right in. Federal records show up to $3 million in stock sales in the weeks after a private coronavirus briefing. Both you and your husband, who runs the New York Stock Exchange, have said these were conducted by third-party advisors without your involvement. But who were these advisors, and what regular communication do you have with them?
Well, Kayla, thank you for having me on. I want to tell you that the third-party advisors are the same ones that many Americans rely on for their investment advice. I have no involvement in these decisions. I don't have conversations with them about any of this. And so this is a very third-party relationship that many people are familiar with.
Were these part of pre-planned scheduled stock sales, or were these individual investment decisions that were made by these advisors, given what was facing each of these 29 companies where you or your husband transacted in recent weeks?
These were completely discretionary trades at the decision of our investment managers. We had no involvement in them, and in fact, I don't find out about these trades until these reports are compiled at the end of the reporting period. So I had no knowledge of these companies, and in fact, it was a mix of buys and sells. And so I just want to set the record straight there that certainly I had no involvement, and will continue to have no involvement in these investment decisions. And I should note that I have 20 years of investment experience where I'm accustomed to managing through sensitive information, and I have always adhered to the letter and the spirit of the law, and I'll continue to do that.
You have a background in corporate America. Senator, you say that you weren't made aware of these transactions until February 16th. The market was near all-time highs at that time. Have you sold any stocks since then, and why?
I don't know. I'm not apprised until I see the reports that are filed. I don't direct the activity. I'm not involved in the investment decisions. I made that decision many years ago for the position I had in financial services, that I would not get involved in investment decisions. And so I don't direct or participate in the decisions made for any of our portfolios.
How would you describe your level of access to non-public information, though, whether it's these closed-door briefings or your many visits to the CDC in your home state of Georgia?
Well, I think it's low. I think, material non-public information is something I understand innately, having worked in financial services, and that's not something that we're involved with a lot, but to the extent that we are, we obviously cannot trade on it, and I would not, and am very aware of those requirements.
To avoid the optics of potentially the public connecting those dots between acquiring that information and making some of these transactions, do you think that Congress should be banned from dealing in individual stocks? And will you submit to an ethics review on these transactions?
Well, first of all, I'm happy to answer any and all questions and would submit to whatever review is needed. I think, we have to make sure that all the rules and laws are followed. I think they are being followed, at least in my case. I know they are. I can't speak for other people, but that's certainly what securities law is for. That's what ethics rules are for. That's what I'm very confident that we are complying with, have always complied with, and will continue to do.
Senator Kelly Loeffler, the freshman senator from the state of Georgia. Kelly, we'll send it back to you.
All right.